What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Keeping It Roti. I'm your host, Yolanda Brockington. I appreciate you guys tuning in with us today. If you know somebody that can benefit from this show, please like, share, and comment. This is going to be a great show today, guys. I'm talking about tips that you can do to sell your home. If you have a home, if you know someone that's looking to sell, please like, share, and comment. Tag them on this podcast. They would definitely love to benefit from this podcast today. Again, I'm talking to the sellers today. If you are a seller, if you have a home, if you're thinking about selling, if you know anyone who's thinking about selling, definitely you want to tune into this podcast. So during this podcast, guys, I'm going to be talking to you tips on selling your home, and you want to sell fast. This is a great market. Real estate has been booming for quite some time. Even through the pandemic, we have still been making moves. And so I want to come to you guys and tell you about the tips that you need. So it's very important to make sure that you're being realistic with your home. You want to make sure that you pick the right strategy, and picking that strategy starts in the very beginning. So once you meet, you sit down and you decide, you definitely need a realtor. I know that some people like to sell their homes without a realtor. I encourage you to please get a realtor. We are educated on the contract, on the things that can save you, on things that can help you sell your home for top dollar. Do not take advantage of and lose that opportunity to be able to work with a realtor. It's so many different benefits that you can come along with working with a realtor. We have comps, we know the market, we're able to price your home and make sure that it can sell. So I encourage you, the first thing you want to do is pick your selling strategy. My goal as a realtor is to make sure you get top dollar for your home. I want to make sure that I'm comparing it with the market. I want to make sure that we're looking at the comps, that we're looking at the areas, and that we're getting you top dollar. With that being said, you as the client, the seller, you need to be realistic with what you want to do. If you want to sell the house as is, that's totally fine. But you also have to understand that you're going to get as is price. If you want to sell it and you want to sell it for what the house next door is going for because they just rehabbed their house and they let some light in and they painted, they added new carpet, they might have put a new kitchen in, they might have updated the bathroom. You have to be more realistic to say, okay, did I do those things? And if I did do those things, then I could be able to get something similar to them. But if you're selling your house as is, please be realistic with what you're doing when you're looking at that strategy, right? So if you want that top dollar market that's going on in your area, you want to make sure that you're updating your home. If you want that as is and you don't have money to put into the home, you might have inherited the home and you don't have any money to put into it and you want to sell it as is, that's perfectly fine. But the first thing you want to do is make sure that you have a strategy. Once you have that strategy in place, you want to sit down and hire a realtor and you want to talk to that real estate agent and get some information and get some feedback onto your property. The first thing you want to do is walk your property with a realtor. Let them see the things that you might need to update. Let them see the things that you might need to do in order to have your house sell for top market, if that is your strategy. If you do want it as is, still have a realtor walk that property. We can be able to let you know what comps are going for as is. Again, the goal is to make sure that you're getting top dollar. Even if it is as is, you want to make sure that you're getting top dollar for that amount. So first tip again is picking your strategy. The second tip is sitting down and really talking with a realtor and having that realtor come to your home to walk that property to see the things that you have. And again, be more realistic about what you can do. Once you do that, you come together and you figure out a list price. And what your strategy is going to be with that realtor and whatever it is that you decide as far as your terms in that agreement with that realtor. You sit down and you go through all of that information and you want to get with an experienced realtor as well. You don't want to work with a realtor who is very far away that may not know the area. You want to make sure that you're with someone that is experienced in that area or even experienced period, knowing the comps. That's the most important thing, even if they're not familiar with the area, but they can pull up comps and they can see what's going on in that area. It's also some addendums and disclosures and things that you would need to know and be aware of. And that's why it's very important to get a realtor, because we know the contract, we know the things that you need, we know the disclosures, and we know different things that can help you, again, get top market. Second thing you want to do is clean everything if you're deciding that you do want top market. buyers want to come into the home and they want to see what they can do with the home. When it's a lot of clutter, it's a lot of going on in the home, it's really messy, it's hard to kind of get that vision, right, for what you want to do with that home. So you want to make sure that you're cleaning the property. You want to make sure that you're cleaning the kitchen cabinets, that you're taking out things. Some people do put their home on the market and they still live there. If you are still living there, then you do want to make sure that the house is clean. Make sure that you have plug-ins, things that make the home smell good. You want to make sure you let light into the home. Make sure some light is shining in. And I'm going to go in two different categories, but this is more so for people that want top dollar. I do want to get to the as is, but of course, you know, as is just that. It's as is. And so with top dollar, you want to make sure that you're letting light into the property. You want to make sure that you are also updates is so important. If you want top dollar, you have to update the property, even if you're on a budget. Kitchen and bathrooms are the number one things that people look at when they're looking to buy a home. Your kitchen and your bathroom is what's going to help you sell the property. So what you want to do if you are a seller and you haven't hired an agent yet and you just kind of want to be realistic with your scenario, what you want to do is go on Zillow, go on Redfin, go on Realtor.com and look at some properties in your area. Look at the homes. Don't be afraid to click on the pictures. Don't be afraid to look up into the, you could just put a zip code in and just let it really pull up, you know, zip codes for you. But look at the pictures. That way, as a seller, you could be more realistic about what you can do. It's the most horrible experience as a realtor is when you're trying to educate your client and your client keeps telling you about what the neighbor down the street did and what the person around the corner did and what this person and so on and so forth had told them that it's good for them to do. I'm not knocking anything, but you do want to make sure that you're being more realistic to your property. If Miss Barbara around the corner sold her property for $450,000 and you want to sell your property as is, please keep in mind that Miss Barbara's price might have went for the rehab ARV. For those of you that don't know what ARV is, that is after repair value. You want to make sure that your home looks like Miss Barbara's home. If Miss Barbara updated her kitchens and she updated her bathrooms, then you want to do the same thing if you want that top-notch money that Miss Barbara got. If you're more on that as-is category, then you're not going to get the $450 that Miss Barbara had got. So it's just being a little bit more too realistic about what you can do. So going on Zillow, going on Realtor.com and using Redfin as a seller while you're picking your strategy here, it will allow you to just look at the market and kind of see what's going on around you. So that way you could be more realistic about what you can do. And if you do want top dollar and you have the budget, again, kitchen and bathrooms is definitely going to save you a ton when it comes to top notch and top market. If you're still living in the home, you want to depersonalize the home. And when I say depersonalize, I mean take out your family portraits or take down certain things that are really that's meaningful to you. You don't want to, and some people do, leave their pictures up and that's fine, but you do want to depersonalize the home. As a realtor, I hire professionals to come in and take pictures, and your realtor should do as well. Hire professional pictures, get a 3D tour of the home. So that way you're not having your pictures and your family out on MLS for other people to kind of see. So you want to make sure that you depersonalize your home as much as possible to your comfort level, which will also give you that top-notch sale. You don't want anybody to come into your home and feel like if you're not there, that you have to worry if somebody's going to steal some personal stuff. Of course, as realtors, we are guided with our clients there. So it's very minimum that can happen. But again, you don't want your personal information out. You want to make sure with closets that you're organizing your closets, that you are really cleaning this house. If you have carpet, get the carpet cleaned. If you have grass high and cut, make sure the grass is cut. Keep up with the outside of the property as well as the inside of the property. If you're also looking and you want that top-notch money, you want to also make sure that you're repainting the home. Repaint the home right now. A trending color, as you guys know, is gray. I don't know where you've been off the face of the earth if you haven't looked at new homes. Most homes are rehabbed in a beautiful gray finish and white, and it's beautiful. But that gray allows for that light to come in and allows for it to look more open. People love that. Another thing people love too is open floor plan. So if your home is more of the older homes and it's more mini walls, break down some of them walls, open up that kitchen, open up that dining room, and open up that living room. That will definitely allow you to sell for top dollar. Again, if you have the finances. If you do not, again, this is not for you. Everything isn't for everybody, but you do want to make sure that you know the tips and options that you have as a seller to be able to sell. The next thing you want to do is consider staging. If you're no longer living in the home, if it's an investment property, staging helps sell the property tremendous. That's the best thing you can do is to stage that home. And that way, when people come in, they can kind of get a feel for the property and get a visual for what they can do. Some people are visuals. And so if you come into a space, they might say, oh, what can I do with this space? But you might have put a cute office desk in there and, kind of opened up their eyes to other things that they can do. So definitely want to consider staging, again, if it's in your budget. And if you get a top-notch realtor like myself, or come to Realty One Group, we will definitely take care of you. Staging, professional photos, 3D tours, it's all in right now. And so many people, especially with COVID now, a lot of people are doing things online. So if you get a 3D tour, it's easy for people to be able to see and have access to the home without physically having to come to the home, if that's something that they choose to do. So those are a couple tips. Keep in mind that in this market, it's been so crazy with the pandemic that people are offering, 20,000 above asking price or 15,000 above 10,000. It's very competitive. It's a seller's market. It's no reason why not to take advantage of this information. Some people do things like if you include a home warranty, that also helps people to get them to be in motivated, right, to buy your home. Oh, this is included with a warranty. Cool. I know that, getting this home, these warranties is available to me. That's a very good resource that you could do. It's a seller's market, so many sellers don't do it, but you do find some homes that are offering home warranties. So that's something that also can help you sell your house quick. What else could you do? I talked about repainting. You also want to make sure too that if it is something, if you still live into the home, you can get things like a storage bin, right? And you could take some stuff out. So you do want to make sure that you are decluttering the home. Some people are pack rats, right? And they like to kind of have a lot of stuff into the home. So not just cleaning it, but also decluttering it if you are still living in the home. But if you can make the home, if you're not still living in the home, you can get everything out, it'd be really, really good to declutter and get everything out as much as possible. So that way, again, the new buyer and people coming in can really see and take advantage of the opportunity in the space, right, that they can utilize. If a house is messy, it has a lot of stuff into it. I don't know about you, but when I go into some of these as-is homes and it's really messy and I'm with my investors, I just kind of stand at the door because it stinks and it just is it kind of turns you off. So when you go into a home, and there's a lot going on, it really turns you away from that home and it's hard to sell. So keep in mind, you want to declutter that property. You want to pick your strategy. You want to make sure that you're painting. You want to make sure that you're updating your kitchens and bathrooms. If you have carpet, get it cleaned. If you can't get it cleaned, replace the carpet. And again, you don't have to do these things. This is just things that you want to do if you want that top-notch money. And that's what I want to be able to encourage people. Again, it's a seller's market. You can get that top-notch money, but you also want to be realistic. Be realistic with what you can do. Be realistic with your situation, and understand the market. And a lot of times for me, again, this is keeping it realty, right? So I'm going to keep it real. People want to take realtors out of the equation. It's crazy to want to sell a house and not have an agent by your side. I want to also go over with you the importance of a realtor. We didn't get our license for nothing. It's important to have a realtor. We have studied the law. We have studied the disclosures. We have studied things that we could be able to do to help. And so with that being said, if you have a property and it's top notch, you're working your 9 to 5, you're doing things, as a realtor, we could be able to keep a hold of all of these offers that's coming in for you, organize everything that's coming in for you, have open house set where we could be able to get people to come into the property and have more eyes than one or a couple see your property. In addition to, again, I talked about the comps. How important is it for the comps? The comps is the most important thing because it's the deal. The comps is the deal. If you don't know what your market's doing, you're not going to be able to price your home, right? And for sale by homeowners, no disrespect, but the price be jacked way up and they sit for so long in the market because you don't understand your market. All for sale by homeowners or most people as sellers, and again, I will be the same. You want the top notch for your money. You want the top notch for your home. You want to be able to make sure that you're getting that return on that investment. In the same time, you also want to be realistic with what your market is doing. If you price that house too high and it sits, it allows other people in the market to say, okay, I can negotiate that down because it's set and nobody's bought it. You want your house to sell. Right now, I want to go over some things, and this is in Maryland alone because I am a realtor in Maryland. But the median days on the market right now in Maryland is 7 to 9 days, and properties are going under contract. Most of them are doing before then. If you are everything I just talked about, if you definitely upgrade your property, if you're doing the letting the light in, if you're repainting, if you're doing everything that I just discussed, is no reason possible that your property will not be on that market and able to sell between that 7 to 9 days time frame. Also, some houses are really, really dirty outside. Do a power wash, guys. Doesn't take a lot to really power wash that house. Again, you want to think of everything that you can possibly do to build and add to that house. If you're an investor and you can make one of those additional bedrooms, rooms a bedroom, do that. The more bedrooms that you have, the better that you're able to get top notch. The more bathrooms that you have, the better you're able to get top notch. And also, again, I can't stress enough, kitchens and bathrooms. If you upgrade those, you are good to go. So this is top stuff. You can really sell your home, again, 7 to 9 days on the market, top dollar. If you are as is, if your house is not priced right, it is going to sit. It's very important. Use a realtor. Know what your price point is. If you're motivated and you want to sell, get a realtor. Use a realtor. Utilize us. We are here. We have so much data in MLS that can be able to help you be able to sell top notch. And that's my goal. Any sellers, please, guys, if you know someone that's looking to sell, if you want to sell your home, reach out to me for tips. I love to share them with you. And just be more realistic. I cannot stress it enough how important it is to be realistic with the market. The market doesn't lie. If the market says that houses are selling 7 to 9 days, they're selling, and the market's going to be true to what you have. You have to be realistic. And if you're not motivated to sell, if you're not ready right now, it may not be a good time for you to put your property on the market. If you know you want top-notch money, maybe you have to wait a couple months, right? Put some money into it. Do the things that you want to do. It's not a rushing game, right? A lot of times it's like, oh, it's a seller's market. Everything is rush. I need to sell now. You don't have to sell fast. If you know that you want top-notch money, you do not have to sell fast unless you're in a situation that you absolutely need to sell and you have some things going on and you need to do it, then do it as is. But if you can definitely sell your property for top dollar, I encourage everyone to sell for top dollar. This is a seller's market. I cannot stress to you enough of the advantage that sellers have right now. If I take a client out, I always tell clients, hey, if you like this property, guess what? 10 other people like it. We're going to be in, bidding wars. This is a seller's market. There's no reason not to take advantage of this information that I'm sharing with you today. And I also want to let you guys know, just the new listings alone from last year, 2020 to this year. And this is in Maryland stats, guys. So in Maryland last year, 2020, there was 10,439 houses on the market. And this is last year total. Right now, we are only into September. And as of right now, 2021, and as the end of August, that is, houses have, it's 11,506 houses that are currently on the market. So, and that have, some of them have sold, right? So guys, that's $1,000 on 1,000 homes more than what it was last year. And we're not even finished with the year yet. So I encourage you guys, if you are a seller, if you're looking to sell, get with the realtor. Be realistic about what you're doing. Make sure that you're cleaning your home. And now with COVID, make sure that you're wiping everything down. Make sure that you're being safe. You want to make sure that you're wearing your mask. You want to make sure that you're putting on your foot protections. If you come into a house and they have a box and you got to put the footies on, put the footies on. Don't damage the floors. Don't mess up the carpet. It's things that's put in place so that way, you can protect that seller and you can make sure that you don't mess up their home so that they could be able to continue with their sale. Guys, those are my tips for you for today. I appreciate everybody for rocking with me. If you're in Maryland, if you're in Baltimore, the trolley tour is coming up this Saturday. With the trolley tour, it's a lottery that's drawn. You get $5,000 that goes towards your contract. You have to have that contract signed and after the trolley tour. But if you're in Baltimore, you definitely want to make sure you hit up that trolley tour. That is $5,000 that goes towards your closing costs. And it's only for people who reside in buying a home in Baltimore City. But it's really, really good to take advantage of that opportunity. Again, that's $5,000 that you'll be put into a lottery if you go to that trolley tour and you're looking to buy in Baltimore City. It's your girl, Yolanda. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me. And I hope you guys learned from the seller's tips for today. Please, guys, if you know a seller, if you know someone that's looking to sell, even investors, if you know an investor that's looking to sell, please reach out to me, tag them on this video and make sure that they get their tips for the week. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I appreciate you guys so much.